Melinda Isley is what we can call an accidental artist. She stumbled into music in an unexpected way after her father passed away, and God told her to sit in front of the piano. What came out of her was a gospel album which is now blessing many people. Simisola Okai sat down with Melinda as she shares how it all unfolded.
Well, Melinda Isley, welcome to TPI. It's such a pleasure to have you on the program.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you.
I love your story. Even just the beginning of your music career actually began in not the best circumstances. I think of it like God was using you as beauty for ashes.
Mhm.
And really, you were grieving the loss of your father, and you sat on a piano and you just started to write. And out of that came a whole album and songs. But tell us about that part and how that started for you.
Well, I was crying out to God, sitting in my kitchen floor, just crying out to him, like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what we prayed for. This is not what we asked for. And I just asked him in that moment. I was like, just sit with me. Like, please just sit with me. Like, that's all I need. If you'll just sit with me, I know I'll be okay. And I did think for a second, I was like, gosh, that would be a beautiful song. But that's all. And then I literally was out later that afternoon running around in the yard with my kids, and a song started playing in my head. I was not trying to write a song. I didn't come up with this tune. I didn't come up with these lyrics. The Lord literally started singing them over me while I was outside running around in the yard with my kids. And I was like, kids, hold please. Something crazy's happening. Mommy's got to go write this down. So I immediately, I knew it was supernatural. So I went and I grabbed my phone. I sang the tune into my phone and I wrote the words down just in obedience. And then I put it away because I was like, what was that? That was crazy. He brought it back to me a week later when I was in my prayer closet. Cause when you're going through something hard, you find a prayer closet, you find out what prayer really is. And so I had learned that. And so I was in my quiet place, truly in my closet amidst my shoes praying. And the Lord just flooded me with this song again. And here's me. I'm like, what do you want? What do you want me to do with that? Like, I hear it, but I don't know what you want me to do. And a little voice said, go to the piano. And I was like, I don't play the piano. And he said, just go. And so I went to the piano that my parents had bought me as a little girl that I had never really learned to play. I sat there and I played it. I played all the chords. It happened to be, if anybody knows anything about music, in the key of C, which if you don't know how to play an instrument, you need it to be in the key of C. That's the easiest. I didn't even know that at the time, but I heard it in the key of C and I played it and there it was.
And that was the first one. And then he just kept.
And then more like that night, like another one came in. They're all out on the album Journey. You is on that album. That's the second song that he gave me. And that's like my life story. And then just fast forward. So I'm sitting on this handful of song. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. And basically Terrence Howell calls me a month later. And my cousin who knew him, she had, I guess, just out of her heart shared it with him. Like, you got to hear this. And he called me and he was talking to me on the phone. He said, you need to come record these. And I laughed at him. He called me at work and I was like, I am a pediatric physical therapist. I'm a mom. Like, I am not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be on the radio. Like, that's hilarious. And he said, Melinda, Proverbs 18 says that the gift will make room for the giver and bring you into greatness. And I just had tears when he said that. And he said, you need to pray about, are you going to just tuck this back in your piano bench and pretend like it never happened? Or are you going to give it to God and let him do what he wants for all his glory and for his kingdom? And he said, I want you to pray about it. And so I did. And everything happened also like numerically. Things were always happening in 7s and 8s and 12s. So exactly 7 days later, I had my answer. God had opened every door financially with my family. My husband was incredibly supportive. And so since then, we've just been walking through the doors that God has opened. And I don't know. I have no idea what he's doing. And it's really cool because you know what? I've mentioned how I used to be really struggling with fear and anxiety, but it was like God has taken this journey and he's showing me, you can trust me. Like, don't you see how beautiful it is to trust me? Like, how fun it is not to have a Melinda plan, not to know, because I do exceedingly abundantly above anything you can ask or imagine. And I'm just excited to see what he's going to do because he just keeps reminding me.
That's incredible. And so, what do you hope people will get from listening to Journey, your album?
The overall arching theme as it all came together really does walk you through a journey of healing. And we all need healing, whether you've lost someone or whether you're struggling with self-confidence or just, we all have struggles. We all have trials. We all have battles. We all have demons that we face. And so this album, I think, speaks truth and it walks you through different phases. So all the songs are different, but they're all encouraging. And I just want people to know that God is good and that you can trust him, because that's what he's taught me, is that he is faithful and that he is good and that we can trust him. And that's the message he has given me to share with others.